Many of us have ignored seasons of breakthrough because our hearts were not merciful. Do you know how many people who live today in regret because they had an opportunity to help, they had an opportunity to show kindness, they had an opportunity to show mercy, they vowed and said, no way, like your merciful servant, and years down the line, the people they thought will never rise, because there is still a God in heaven, and God routed the lifting of those people through some other means, and now the people have become great. One day you open an office door and you find out that it was someone who used to sweep your house before, who begged you one day and say, it's true, I'm sorry, I stole the money, but it was out of pressure. My mother was sick and I didn't have the courage to ask you. I am sorry. You say you are sorry. You will first work without salary. Number two, I'm still deciding whether I will kill you or leave you alive. I want to sow seeds of mercy in my life, to show people so much compassion that after many years I should be able to walk the streets of Lagos without protocol, without, it doesn't have to be honor only when you are preaching, that you can be at the ATM and someone says, God forbid, I will not let you take your 5 naira when I'm here. And you say, what happened? Your message, you gave it free to me, I didn't pay for it, and that's what blessed me. Or you gave me your message and somebody just bought the whole CDs and gave me as a gift. I thank you for teaching that message. What can I do for you? I say, no, just want to withdraw something. Say, no, is this your son? Yes. Please let me sponsor this child up till university. Give me an honor to do that. A prayer point answered in 1 minute because you were merciful. Being merciful is a powerful seed. It does not die. Please believe me. This is the parable. God, this parable is a caution. God is speaking to us and telling us that some of us are making mistakes. You have obtained mercy from God and you have obtained mercy from men. You must begin to live your life intentionally showing mercy, intentionally sowing seeds. Mommy, I know about this house help. I know that she's been lazy, she's not been a very nice lady, but the other day I heard her crying and telling God to help her. That means in spite of her misbehavior, something in her loves the Lord. Could we try to talk to her one day? Instead of saying you are a useless lady like your useless mother and your useless father who gave birth to you. Many people have done that and today they are biting their fingers in regret. Because that little girl will grow up and she will go to secondary school and join one small fellowship and encounter the Holy Ghost. And then become a great lady. And one day one man who is somebody else's harvest will just come and marry that girl. Marry her into blessings, prepared blessings. And they drive and come to your house with your own children watching. God knows how to reward people and God knows how to deal with people. Ask Pharaoh. God knows how to bring people to their knees. And so this is a message for us to be merciful. Say, I receive grace. Please shout it. Say, I receive grace to be merciful. Grace to be merciful. You're driving and someone who is careless just hits your car. And it's not anything serious. And the person just, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I will fix it. Sometimes you can just say, it's all right. God bless you. Just go. Let me tell you what will happen. Number one, you will feel stupid. Number two, you will feel foolish. Number three, you will feel weak. And the devil tells you this is how you keep being a fool till the whole world cheats you. Oh dear. But the day the king sends for you, the day the king, there are witnesses who are watching you while you do those things. Do you know that some of our loved ones did that for many years? They raised people, they helped people who later talked against them. They sent people, sponsored them through school. They went back to villages and spoiled their names and said everything. And God told the people, be silent. One day someone would just come and start rewarding them. And you say, Mama, why is everybody blessing you like this? The king has sent for you. Let me tell you, the king still sends for people. Man of God, let me tell you, the king still sends for people. Be as compassionate, pour your all, give your best, serve with your heart, be merciful to people. We give from the abundance of that which we have received. How many times did you go to bed without praying? There were arrows that were flying by night to kill you, and God disrupted the sleep of an intercessor somewhere and forced the person to get up and pray in tongues for hours, not knowing what he was praying for. That was the prayer that secured you to even have gotten the contract in the first place. Please let us know that there is more that has happened to us by the mercy of God than more that has happened by our strength. It is not of him that willeth. Only God knows the number of people who pray for Apostle Joshua Selman every day. So what you see may not be a true reflection of just my prayer. It may be the intercession of silent people I may never see, who are praying, oh God, grant him revelation. And when I begin to have angelic visitations, you will think it's just because I am deep in the things of God. It may be there, but you will be surprised. Someone with a covenant with God praying and say, Lord, open the door for this my son, let him see you more. And God comes to you in honor of that prayer. Some of you may need to do certain intentional things after this service, just because your loved ones didn't treat you well. Some of us, God has helped us financially, and God has put us in a position of mercy. Have you thought of someone who was nice to you before? Somebody who led you, that mama who was the person who taught you in Bible school. One day you can buy a bag of rice and take to her house and said, I just came to honor you. Say, who are you? Say, you may not know. When I was 11 years, I was a stubborn child. Even God revealed to me that I was stubborn. You were the person who was patient with me until I gave my life to Christ. Now I am pastor, this and that. And the woman may look at you and say, God, be a witness to us. Even in my grave, bless this person. You will leave that place, yet that record was written in heaven. One day, the king will send for you. Come. Is your time of reward, and he will open doors of favor and doors of grace that you may never imagine. These are the systems of the kingdom. Please do not trivialize what I'm teaching you. Some of you, while you were on your way coming to church, someone paid your transport. You have enough to pay someone's transport. After service, why don't you sow that seed? You don't need to know the person, and you don't need any announcement to go on social media and say, there are 3 great people on earth. This, my friend, is the other. You don't need all of that. Sometimes you can go to fuel your car and tell yourself, anybody who is after me, I'm going to fuel for that day. Learn to do the things that sow seeds of mercy. You have obtained mercy from God. Your arrears was paid. Don't sit down and eat alone and die alone, the way, you know, the way we say it in Nigeria. No. Your gate man is there. He could connive with armed robbers to kill you, yet he has been faithful for 6 years. One day, why don't you give him 30,000 and say, go and give your wife, and say, thank you for being faithful. I remember I was once a gate man 20 years ago. Listen, anything God delivered you from, try to be an instrument of mercy to someone in that area too.